let's cut through the chase today. So, getting straight to updates. This is just a random Wolverine thing I got for like $2 at the Goodwill. I just figured it could use it as a way to pop once in a while. Anywho, lots of pickups, lots of things and stuff. So, cutting straight to it. I did a little stream of it, of J-Star's victory versus Plus. I don't think I got to show this off. It's been a little while since the last time I did an update. Very colorful, no manual, Destiny's hanging out in there right now. The little bit I tried has a bit of a frame rate issue, which is usually a minor thing that I don't even usually mention a lot. But it is a little schizophrenic, a little. I've heard, actually, the PS3 version's really awful when it comes to that. From a lot of people who usually talk about frame rate kind of stuff. It seems to use the Dragon Ball Z's engine. I can't remember what that was. It was the last Dragon Ball Z game. Well, Xenoverse. That's what it was, the Xenoverse. And, my only complaint so far is it seems like there ain't a lot of characters in it, but I have not played a lot of it, so I don't know if a lot of them are hidden or unlocked. A very limited box version of this game. This could only be gotten off the website, and it has no physical copies anywhere else, at least in English language, so... And interesting enough, it has Gust's logo on now, which is a bit of an odd thing, to be honest, because you don't usually see that on the front cover of American versions of their games. So a little odd there, but I got this quite a while ago when they announced it because of it being limited. I didn't want to miss out, obviously, on the game. So, everything that came in it, get a little pin, some little stickers that come out. What's odd is the outer rim of them's actually, it's just a little heightened from the image. It just has a little edge that sticks out a little higher. Cleaning cloth. Bit of a odd thing there, but then this giant poster. It is just a giant poster. I have not opened it, so I don't know much about it. So that I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be either. Like I don't know. That's supposed to be like just an inventory number or something. And I like a lot of other games, I haven't opened it, and I will probably just add that. But here, input the limited box with all the 5 million other boxes of the unbeaten games that have boxes. Goodwill-wise, I did find Lego Lord of the Rings for the DS for $4. I don't personally enjoy these Lego games. I got the Star Wars trilogy, and I didn't really enjoy it very much, but I was like, well, $4, I can maybe try the Lord of the Rings one. I hadn't tried it. I don't know how similar it is. Might be a little funner. Let's see. Something I ordered. This is a European version of this game. This is from our friend, name is misplaced in my head, though. The guy who does the Grasshopper Studio, who did, you know, No More Heroes, Kill 7, oh crap, name is misplaced in my head. Oh, I got the name misplaced in my head, but this was a very odd game. This did come out in America, but it's only digital. What it is, oddly, is it has 5 short animes and then a game that all somehow are connected to each other, and it's all on one disc, and we didn't get a physical copy, which really blows very much. But, and what's also interesting is this case has a insert middle piece, which is a bit odd considering it's a one-disc game, and this was sealed, so it's not like it was pre-owned. This used to be very expensive when it first came out for anyone to import, but it's became vastly cheaper to get now, which is why I got it. Because, I mean, I didn't mind $59, but the thing is, people who were selling it online wanted about $90 to $100 when it first came out, and that's absolutely absurd. I can understand a little additional money, but that's just crazy. Let's see. Some games I got to trade out. Oh yeah, I had two in here. Crap, that I didn't give cases to. Let me use this as a temporary case so it doesn't get lost, the one I picked. So these were some of my recent trades for posters and stuff. I recently found a PC version of 2 of this, and I didn't even know this was on DS. I don't know how similar it is to the game. I've been meaning to check that out, but I got that. Now, 2 other games I got with that one. I never heard of this. It was by Sega. It's called Spike Out Battle Street. And from what it looks like, it's like a third person, or not third person, but I mean a 3D beat 'em up game. You know, like Final Fight and Streets of Rage and that is what it looks like. Reading the book in that, it said that it had an open, like a first true real-time online brawler. So, like, apparently, like, it had some kind of open world system when the Xbox Live still existed on the original Xbox. But it looks like a ball of that kind. And I also finally got a copy of Heavenly Sword. Something I've been wanting. See, this is the shit. It's like $20. This was a launch game. A launch game that most people don't usually want anymore. I probably could say it's probably cheap as hell at GameStop now. But I never find one for a simple price with a good condition. I always find them in shit condition if they're actually the kind of price point I want. But now I got it for trading for a bunch of posters, so can't really complain. Now, this particular thing, my mom bought some furniture from some old woman or that, and this was actually in one of them, and we would returned it, but the thing is they were selling the furniture because they were moving and they were gone, so she just gave it to me. So I was like, now like I just recently said, I have the trilogy thing that's on the 360, so I would assume this is an inferior version, so I don't know what I'm quite going to do with it. For now, I'm going to put it in one of these plastic things that GameStop always fondly likes to put them in, so I don't lose it. But I'm probably not going to keep that. And lots of DS stuff here. But I do want to show this little mini poster I got given to me from Thousand Arms, and it is in pretty decent condition considering it's such an old PS1 game. And Thousand Arms is a very interesting game. It's not a perfect game. It does suffer that kind of age where it used it a lot only polygons. But on top of that, it used it a system like Dragon Quest VII where it had sprites for the characters, but the world was in 3D, so it's kind of has that aging look to it if you go back to it and you didn't really play it in that time period. I'm not really sure what I'm going to put with this. As far as I know, Thousand Arms did not have any kind of collector's edition, so I'm not really sure what this poster is from exactly. I'm just going to sit right there. So I'm not really sure what that is from currently. So, now this continues, and this is all cleaned and everything, but this continues a long trend of what the hell you doing, GameStop, because I found this Day 1 edition in the dumpster, but it's not simply because it's a case, but because the game is in there. They threw away a 3DS game. I don't see anything wrong with it, and I even tried it and it worked. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one either, though, because I already have the console version, and I don't know if there's anything unique to the 3DS version. I might look into it, but yeah, I got that for free. Don't know why they threw it away. And lots of DS games that do not have their cases. I think actually 2 or 3 of them I had their cases on my little shelf thing I showed off in my recent dives. Man, I can't talk today. My recent dive video. So I think I got 2 or 3 of them that I can clean up and get them with cases. But Thundercats was another thing I got to trade for. Oh, shit, you know what? There is actually one more thing. Just give me 1 second. I'm coming! Coming out. Okay. I did forget these. These were also more stuff I traded for. Oh man, I just got everything unorganized. These I actually just got yesterday. That was the Snake Rattle Roll and Roll. This was a whale game, I believe. And Dragon Power, which most people might realize was a Dragon Ball game in Japan, but it was heavily edited. Now, what's really interesting about the Snake and Roll, it actually has a GameStop sticker on it. So that's pretty old. But also, another game I've been meaning to try and find, and it is Killzone Liberation on the PSP. This was a game I got digitally through that whole mess that happened, where they gave people a bunch of free games. Has everything UMD's good condition. Those I got through just more postal trades. Now, most of these DS games here came from the promotion they're doing right now at the recording of this video, where they're doing a buy 2 get 1 free on DS and Wii titles, and they're mixable. But I haven't really, there ain't a lot of Wii titles left that I'm interested in that GameStop usually has. Like, one I'm still trying to find very much is A Boy and His Blob on the Wii. But the few times I found it, it looks awful condition. And I've only ever found it once with its case. So it's just pisses me off. But Fossil Fighters, which is some kind of weird Pokemon kind of whip-off. I don't know a whole lot about it, except it has a very fossil kind of motif to it with Pokemon fighting style. Blue Dragon Plus, which was really sad because I found the case that went to most likely 99.9% sure this very copy, and it was water damaged. It made me so sad. But for $2.99, well, I can't really. And that a lot of these were like anywhere from $4.99 to literally 99 cents. So these were very inexpensive. Lord of the Rings Conquest, I believe, was $1.99, I believe. It's a good thing I got all these DS cases I've been keeping, right? Illbits, I can't actually read the subtitle for it. It's supposed to be a different game from the Wii version. And it was 99 cents, I believe. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I can't actually read it. It's so freaking small. I can't even see what the subtitle says. Now, this is supposed to be like a puzzle game here. Emily the Strange, from what I looked up on a YouTube video on my phone. And I think that was $2.99. This is like, this is one I got directly yesterday, and it looks like a blatant Professor Layton whip-off. And I mean, seriously, like the whole like design and layout of the gameplay stuff is very Professor Layton-ish. The puzzles, I don't know. I only did 2 puzzles. It's called Maze, Mystery, Forbidden Memories. And apparently it has a PC version that's called, like, the Mysteries of Dragonville or something. But they're the same storyline. Space Invaders Extreme 2. This was $1.99, I believe. Oh, that other game, I believe, was $4.99. This actually... I played about 4 minutes of this. This was actually quite fun. I will probably enjoy that on Flight. Brain Age, that was very cheap. You know, that is a really old original DS game. I never got Brain Age, so I was like, why not? I need something to combine with all this stuff I got. Beyblade, Metal Masters. Beyblade Metal Masters for the original DS. Yeah. Then Point Blank DS, which is a Namco franchise. I don't know if this is based on any particular version or if it's its own unique version. I know there was a PS1 version, and I believe there's a PS2 version. I think there's multiple ones on the PS1 though, but they used the light gun. Now, here's something I was really excited to get. I own the PSP version of this. Oh, where are you? There. I own the PSP version of this right here. And I've always been told the DS version is superior. Nights into Nightmare. And I'm always told the PSP version is superior in controls. And for $4.99, they had the DS version. Now, last time I looked, I haven't checked, but last time I looked, the DS version, the DS version demanded a bit of money. So I don't know if that's changed, but if it did, or if it hasn't, I benefited. If it has, then, well, I'd probably assume it's still cheaper. Fossil Fighter Champions, which I'm assuming is the sequel. Because I know there's one on the 3DS. I don't know how many is on the DS. So I'm just assuming that's the second one. Tetris Party Deluxe, which doesn't seem too fancy. That was $2.99, I believe. But hey, it's Tetris. Can't hate out Tetris. Wayman Waving Rabbits on the original DS. That was $1.99. It's squeezed in now because I needed to pick some of them. Now, I got this, and is this the other one? Yes. So, these two are related. Piquas, I believe. Piquas. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but got the normal one and 3D. And the 3D one, it was actually made by HAL Labs. This one just has Nintendo on it. But those are puzzle games, and those were both really cheap too. And what's the last one here? Oh yes, this is a game I've been trying to get before too. I have no idea how to pronounce the rest of it, obviously, besides Dragon Ball Z. We know me, I'm not very good. But this is a card battle game. And anyone who's familiar with a lot of the Dragon Ball Z games knows a lot of the early NES ones. There was a bunch of card battle style games. And this was supposed to be in that kind of vein. And this was also notably still when Atari still owned the gaming rights to Dragon Ball Z. Namco had not gotten them yet, so that was through Atari. Now a lot of people said that was a horrible game, so I don't know. I think it was $3.99 or $4.99 because, you know, it's Dragon Ball, so they're gonna try and milk that. But pretty hefty, pretty nice amount DS stuff. Now, shame so much of it doesn't have its cases. That is a real tragedy, sadly. So, other things going on. Upcoming review kind of stuff that should be coming up. Overlord Raising Hell. I own the original 360 version of this game, and that's how I originally played it. If I don't have my 360 shelf fall apart upon immediately touching it here. This is a minor inconvenience. Yeah, the original Overlord game. Man, that book was a lot heftier in those days. Much thicker, it adds a lot of weight though. But you know what's really odd? This version, which doesn't have the DLC, costs more than that version that does have all the DLC. And there is no physical version of the 360 one that has it. Only the PS3 version has the DLC in it. Now, I probably have a few little minor gripes because it was a port. But it's playable in that, but you know, that'll be in that video. That's not what you're watching this particular video for. And then Toonstruck, which I got finished 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was actually really fun in that. So I look forward to talking about my thoughts on that and, of course, recommending that. Otherwise, I should be having another dumpster video coming out too. I found something very nice. It's currently just sitting around. I definitely have to rearrange to make room for it. I really have to get rid of that GTA 5 standee I have. It has to get out of here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I don't want to throw it away. I gotta do something. I might have to trade it, but only time can tell for that. But I did find something nice. It will help in more storage and shelving design. But I don't know if I want to use it for my actual stuff or just keep it like the other shelf I found for dumpster related stuff. I really would like to clean it and actually use it because it's very, very nice. But obviously I want to make sure it's clean, especially the part with the shelves, because that part was on the bottom of the dumpster. If it was like on top, it probably wouldn't be that bad then, because like I said, for the most part, it's really, you know, aside from the bottom, you know, it's usually just cardboard and maybe a banana peel and McDonald's bag and that, so if it's not wet, it's pretty much fine. But, yeah, that's something I'll talk about in that. Let's Play-wise, I know Way Into Historia has been kind of not getting every single day that it's supposed to be up. That is sadly just due to other complications of getting real-world stuff taken care of and that. I'm hoping to get that back on schedule, especially since at work they recently said they're going to lay off night shift, which if customers do not order more stuff, that should be a pretty good indication things will be slowing down. Overtime's going to be stopping, like I've talked about before, and should be very minor here and there kind of cases of that. So that should hopefully continue not being a problem now. So, and Dark Souls 2 Scholar for Sin went down to $39. So now, as I said before, I was going to wait for a price drop. So that's probably going to be a lot more reasonable to me for the main course of getting the DLC in a physical format. But, you know, you get a nice little game and a lot of enemies and stuff been remixed and thrown around that. So, I mean, it's not exactly just a generic port of the original game either. There's going to be some differences, so it'll be fun either way. And aside from that, not too much else going on from the norm of that. Aside from it's hot as hell here. Like, seriously, the heat is ridiculous. Like, yesterday, I had to keep, like, a piece of tissue, just take a bit of tissue and keep it between my nose piece and my glasses because it was so hot, just sweating. Oh my goodness. The heat is awful outside right now. It's awful. It's been getting bad and bad the last few weeks, but I mean, it's really bad this week. So, it's going to make thrifting and that very annoying. And it was a bit of a shame this week with thrifting, because I didn't get to go to the store that I usually find a lot of DOS games at. Because some idiot ran into a power pole and shot out like half the town's power. So the building didn't have power, so they weren't letting anyone look at anything. So I didn't even get to go in there, which is a real shame, because now anything that was potentially interesting to me that could be in now has a week until I go back down now again, that someone might buy it and snag it for their own. So sadly, that's going to suck for me. But that's life. You can't do everything. You know, can't do everything-ish. So besides that, I think that's all the newest pickups in that. I know I'm falling behind on the indie box stuff too. I did mention I do have my next indie box, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned with Discourse that I was going to keep the Steam code because they weren't going to make the DLC available for the indie box bios, which I still think is stupid. Probably, like, what I think is they probably want to do it so you won't give the Steam code away or something. I don't know. But that's a shame. That sucks. They're kind of kicking DRM free people in the fucking balls on that one. I do have the other indie box. It's very funny looking, so I'll save that for its own video, of course. And the contest. I keep trying. I tell you, it's no wonder a lot of people who actually have full-time jobs like quit a lot of times when they try to do YouTube, because it's just hard to get time for a lot of things if you're doing a lot of things on YouTube on top of that. But I need to retitle and say end, because I got all the names documented. I made a note file. I got all the names and everyone who qualified for multiple entries in there. So I got that, so I need to put the in so nobody else can enter. And I'm thinking of looking at what kind of random generator pickle things, because I've seen people use those on YouTube. And probably use one of those, try that out for that, and get that done with. I know that's been long overdue. I know everyone who's just drooling probably for that copy of Classic Heroes 2. But aside from that, Bloodborne, I'm hoping to get Bloodborne finished up here. And I'm not quite 100% sure what I'm going to play after Bloodborne. There's always so many things I'm thinking about playing, and then streaming though. Streaming's been going very well. We got several games done with streaming. Several viewers have been enjoying the streaming and that. So that's been really fun. This weekend, since I complete currently what is available of Lakeview Cabin Collection, which is 2 movies, not counting the stage select, and it's supposed to have 2 more movie stages. I did that in the stream this week. I also did it last week, but it messed up last week where it was frozen and only had audio, so I had to redo whatever I did do that one, and the new episode came out on the 15th, so, you know, it was a good excuse to try it again. But sadly, it turned out just a little laggy in the recording, which is a shame. I don't know. When next episode, I'm going to try and change the resolution of the game and see if I can get that to be reduced. But I did all the current stages and beat them, so it got to be 2 videos of 2 hours long. So I figured instead of posting 2 or 3 Destiny videos this weekend, I'll post 1 yesterday, and I'm going to post the other today, and with 1 Destiny video each, since, you know, the 2 videos are 2-ish hours long, so I figured that would kind of make up for the... And I was thinking of doing 3 videos of Destiny instead of 2 on the weekend, because those are a lot of Destiny videos I have, and sadly some of them are, a lot of the early ones are me being a noob. Like, I didn't realize, like, the the patrols were like a daily thing and stuff, which was one of the recent ones that came out when I tried the first patrol of that. Yeah, I tell you, looking back at some of them, it's kind of like, wow, I really was absolutely clueless going into this game. But, you know, you live and you learn. But that's what I was thinking of doing with Destiny, since there is a lot of videos of those, and that'll give some content on Saturday and Sunday to watch on that. And I think that's about it, really, on anything else. I can't really think of anything else that's particularly unique to bring up. So, thank you for watching. If you have a question about anything like that, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Praise the sun.